What's up, guys? What up? It's Shani with Healing Elements. How is everybody doing out there? This is another timeless reading for you out of a fabulous new deck. It's beautiful. I just am, getting to know it. It is really, really deep, and it is the Mystical Shaman Oracle cards. It is absolutely fantastic. They have a lot of Native American themes and messages that empower and just are all about spiritual awakening or the shaman's path in this case for this deck. And it's just really fantastic. So I will go ahead and get quite a few cards. We'll get several, definitely over 7. And this is the front of each card, and we'll see what we have on the back. But it is just, again, very deep, very, again, dipped in ancient wisdom, just very divine. And I love it. The first card, of course, the medicine wheel. This again is Native American in nature. They use the medicine wheel as a symbol of the cardinal directions. So the 4 cardinal directions, north, south, east, west, also are intertwined and associated with the 4 steps that shaman take to solidify all of their, purpose and solidify their role as a wisdom keeper, as somebody who is sworn in a sacred ceremony and takes this very seriously. Someone who, you know, steps into their role working with the sacred power of the divine, as this elevated, ascended master, so to speak, the shaman, the steps that are taken. So you have steps within, your life path, I feel, that you've already taken. Same as this, the Nag Champa sandalwood incense. I recommend it. But even steps like that to know about clearing space, right? To have crystals or incense or, sage, sandalwood, to clear your space, to clear energy, to do practices that are, a necessity when you work with spirit and when you are doing something that is with divine, gifts, divine abilities. You have to do many things, or, you should practice many things. And so this medicine wheel is symbolic of all different steps that you take in your role as you ascend, as you find your, spiritual awakening life path, calling, your urge, your, what you're pushed to. And this, guys, is the Vision Quest. Gorgeous. So, of course, the Vision Quest is something that if you came to this reading by the title, you are pretty much on right now. This is a part of your quest, finding out exactly what you are drawn to and getting into all kind of intricate, fascinating topics from, A to Z on spiritual topics and more, esoteric, and even down to, theology, religion, getting into really medicinal, healing herbs and things that are holistic, as far as maybe vibrational medicine, working also with getting to know your spirit guides on a deeper level. Vision Quest sometimes means you don't have to subscribe to this, but taking peyote mushrooms or ayahuasca in Southern America, South America, to enhance this awakening, this opening of your third eye, so that you may meet spirit or get a very big part and theme and message from spirit when you do those, plant medicines is what they're called, right? So the Vision Quest is all about going and seeking to find. So I feel as if you are doing that right now by looking up videos that are intriguing to you with divine messages that for sure everything in your life lines up and is for a purpose to guide you, whether that's for lessons or for your path. It will guide you. And so this one, guys, unbelievable. So this one is really beautiful. It's talking about the circle, and this is pivotal because everything is lining up about your path. This is something that you are ready for. And when getting to know this deck, I feel as if this card, the circle, is represented in that song, Circle of Life. This talks about, the 4 different planes of existence that we have: the physical, spirit, other people, etc., environment, energy. We are all connected to everything. And that is what the circle, of course, a never ending loop, is something that is constant and infinite and has no end and no beginning. So this reminds you to really at all times, even if you feel perhaps isolated with this journey, with this vision quest, this life purpose inquiry that you're making, maybe you can sometimes feel, lonely or all alone in your specific quest. However, this circle card lets you know that you are an infinite light being. You have been eternally alive, and conceptualizing that perhaps would be difficult, but it is true that you have a spirit team also that has known you since the beginning of all existence. And so call on that. You are all woven into a big fabric that is, meant to intersect and collide with one another. And this, my dears, is the drum. Speaking of the rhythm of the earth's pulse and also your heart chakra, the heartbeat that is inside and can be relied on and is rhythmic in nature. The drum, just as you can hear the rhythm that is very similar to the heartbeat, this is asking you, this card, to connect with what sings to your heart. It's telling you to, dance to the beat of your own drum. Basically, you are able to really, right now, if you want to harness the power of this immense, elevation in ascension and spiritual awakening and awareness, and tune in and harness all of that and dig deep. What makes your heart skip a beat? What makes, you have that unconditional, childlike, innocent, very, very, free flowing love that comes from that heart space, right? What is it that sends you into that kind of happy, beautiful bliss that is of love and affection? So this drum is really connecting, the beats that we can make ourselves to the ones that are natural and have always been in existence, to nature, of course, the earth, and, you yourself, your heartbeat that you can hear if you listen, if you pay close attention. There, we switched up the cards, and there's a doctor, DR, right? Doctor. Any case, the lower world. Oh, this reminded me when I was looking at it of just the different, things that you will get into and explore the different realms when you are, ascending or searching for, that shaman path. This card, the lower world, represents that in which we experience and can work through and move through when we deal with, like, let's say, dark nights of the soul, that shadow work, that, you know, hidden part of ourselves, that discarded and or deep, dark, dingy part, sometimes in which we deny for quite some time and then do, some introspection and or some things happen to bring it to our attention that we are, living in a space that is a lower vibration. It also speaks of, ancestral patterns, maybe generational curses, if you subscribe to that, or patterns that perhaps are just experiences and traumas that are held within the DNA of our memory cells, right, in our body. That is very interesting if you want to look into that concept. I have for a few years now, and I think it's intriguing. So the lower world speaks of, moving past, getting past to the point where you acknowledge these, deep-seated shadows of your psyche and working through it in a way that is healthy, that is not going to be counterproductive to your journey, and integrating wisdom of your ancestors that they used to move through and or steps that they took to try to break ancestral patterns. And here we have many paths. So of course, just like the card says, you now, of course, it probably came to this reading if you like the title and clicked on the video and are listening, you are wondering what exactly your life path and purpose is, what direction you want to go. And the thing is, something that, was told to me over and over until I finally truly authentically resonated with it. You are already on it. You are right now seeking, and finding little, breadcrumbs that is going to lead you back to the gingerbread house, so to speak. That's a metaphor, is silly, but it is all about how you get there is not relevant. It is all about your intent and what you truly want to do and what you are able to allow yourself to be true to yourself about following these paths that you're guided to, no matter how, maybe unorthodox or non-popular that they may be. This card is the hummingbird. Speaking of beautiful new beginnings, new chance, occurrences, this is a blessing card. It is talking about quick movement, obviously, the hummingbird, fast in nature. So, these new beginnings will definitely be popping up everywhere if you act. So it's a time to act when you get this card. Say, absolutely yes to, the decision that you've been procrastinating on if you have. And when you act in a swift manner and upon instinct, if you act quickly, and like the Fool card in tarot, head for the flowers and learn to trust the calling you hear ever so softly, is what it says in the book. I thought that was gorgeous. Wanted to read it. So hummingbird knows where it's going. I mean, its wings are almost barely seen. So use this swift, ability to transmute and to, travel around in different areas to really brainstorm getting things done, knocking things down quickly, making decisions, and action now put in is going to be blessed. So don't worry about making rash decisions. This is probably something you've been sitting on for a while. And this card is beautiful. It's called the Beauty Way. This card truly asks you to find beauty in every situation. So, for instance, if you are, going to be going somewhere just socially, it's asking that you bring beauty before you, above you, all around you in order to, bless the union and the experience. If there's a situation in which, there is a negative tone, this is asking to bring a more, unconditional, compassionate tone in, and a beautiful way of looking at even adverse situations. And this is something that also honors the beauty that you have in yourself, and honoring that is truly inside, and respecting those around you for the beauty that they have within them as well. And the beauty to every divine and maybe even small but substantial thing that we do is beautiful, because it ends up to a sum total of what we experience. So, guys, as we experience, all of these different things up here, the middle world card is all about real life situations, reality, and that which we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. And this teaches us that, the reality that we experience, just as they say, as is above, so is below. What affects, heaven affects earth, and vice versa. So when the earth and the heavens, or the other dimensions or realms, are in perfect harmony with each other, then we are able to coexist and assist each other in a very, symbiotic way. So this middle world card is something that you will experience on your life path, and have, of course, every day, integrating the, real life situations into, metaphysical terms. So, they say, as if different dimensions, we always have an opposite, and or, what is happening in our real life is reflected in a mirror type of a way into another dimension or realm. So it truly is, going back to the spooky action at a distance theory from Einstein, talking about, counterparts to one, you know, molecule or particle moving and the other following suit. We have, doppelgangers, if you want to, lack for better words. So there's the football. We'll just leave that in and not edit it. It is Monday Night Football, guys, and our family has COVID and is very excited to get a bit to watch. So, guys, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. This is a beautiful reading. You're definitely very, very in tune. Your third eye, your, crown chakra is open. I can tell that you are deeply, deeply woven into these strong, strong light codes, ascensions, and everything. And yes, you are the earth. You are an earth maiden or maid, or, gender unspecific, beautiful, sturdy, and rooted down to the core of your being, with dependability type of shaman to be. This card not only speaks of stability and being sturdy and grounded, energy, it also talks about the conception, incubation, and birth of life itself, new life, symbolic of the earth itself, nature, and also, us, these light beings in a physical vessel inhabiting this beautiful planet as the planet herself, Mother Gaia, inhabits a space of beauty and existence too. So this asks us to touch base with getting grounded and really dig down deep into that earthly energy and respect, of course, your environment as you would as a privilege, as a steward, it says in the book, a steward that is on this planet for the ride. So I definitely agree with that and the beauty and alive, nature of both nature itself, the earth itself, the actual terra, and also, of course, us. It's just beautifully connected. And when you really go down deep in the rabbit hole and love, you know, nature, truly can find that seriously, trees speak, the earth is alive. And this one, guys, oh, perfect. The mystical shaman to leave off with. This is perfect. I truly, truly am tapping in somebody, whomever resonates with this. You are truly a beautifully important and warm healer by nature. You are that, custodian of light, the bringer of light. You truly have that attitude. Yes, sometimes things going gets tough, things are awful. We can process that, but also be most times resilient and be in that space of, owning our abilities to communicate with spirit, to heal the sick, to perpetuate kindness and more understanding, right? From a greater vantage point, just like the Beauty Way card said, and different things that we can find on our vision quest, right? The lower world working with those tendencies and patterns we see in our psyche and, ancestral generational patterns that we can work toward ending. And we can see all of this as we go through our vision quest, searching for what we think is our purpose. And it turns out that all of the puzzle pieces and steps that you took along the way to get there, in the end, you will be fulfilled. You will definitely be drawn to something that is purposeful and sings to your higher self and your calling for the lessons or, experiences you wanted to have here on this physical plane. So, in any case, you have definitely accelerated your spiritual awareness. And this one is just beautiful. The vision quest, again, I feel like symbolizes the entire reading because when you are on a quest to, have a vision as to your purpose or your, spirit animal, your theme, your life path, which way it will go, right? This is all about stepping. Oh, cards wouldn't fall. This is all about stepping into that role now because you're ready. So blessings, love, lots of gratitude, and light, guys.